Thanks for watching my video. I want to talk a little bit about these water cannons that I've made. I made the one over there, and I got this one right here. That one fires those concrete balls that are like bullets, and this one fires. I made it a little bit narrow so it shoots these rubber tires, and we'll let this one go, and I'll give you an idea of how it works. Got these campers set up down here, and that's all it does. It shoots these. Let's get rid of all this stuff. And really, the only thing that powers the tire and the cannonballs are rivers. And when you click on a river and you look right here, you'll see flow magnitude physics, and it's set on 200. And that's all you do, is increase the flow dynamics. You make a river and increase the flow dynamics. This particular one are made by a bunch of, there's a bunch of different rivers in here, very, very small segments. You can see how small the first one is. And its flow magnitude is set to 30. Then the next one is set to 50. And then the next one is set to 70, and so on and so forth. And that way, when you drop a car in there, it won't rip the car apart. Because if you drop a car into this one, the flow magnitude is set at 200. It just shreds the car apart. So this one, although it's made for a rubber tire, the tire falls in and it starts off slow, and then it accelerates like a particle accelerator. And by the last one here, it's at 200. So it has a gradual acceleration. Also, you can mess with viscosity right here and change the first one to a lower viscosity, and that way the objects will drop in quicker and then get shot. If you make it thicker, it's going to be like motor oil, and they're going to hang around on the surface. So I made another one over here, and I want to show you how I made it. This one's made out of glass. I put glass around it, and I want to show you a little bit about how I made it and how you can make one. So for the base of these, I just use blocks. Both of these are made of these blocks over here. You just grab a block and copy it by holding shift and an arrow, and then using the number 3 keypad to shrink it down to any size you want and make it wider. And that is how I made the bases right there. And this shape right here, I just dragged from somewhere over here. I don't remember where. I just grabbed one of these shapes. I think they were right here. Yeah, they were. I think they were right here. And I just dragged them over here, made them longer. This one over here I made entirely of roads. That is a road, and these glass blocks are actually roads, because you can't go out there and grab. These blocks that you can grab in the level are just solid colors. But roads, you can put glass on it. So let me show you real quick. To make a road, you just click on the road. Alt. You press Alt and you press your mouse button and let go, and you drag it and then click again to let it go. If you want to select all the nodes on the road, you hit Control A, and you see they all turn white. Then you can come over here to your road and edit the width to 5 and the depth or thickness to 0.250, and you can see that's kind of how this one is over here. You press number 1 on your keyboard, and then you can change the length of the road. Whenever I make a road, I always line it up with one of these lines on the grid so it's nice and straight. To place a material, for example, if I want to make this glass, I think this glass is called dirty glass or something like that. But that material right there is right here, track editor E, I believe. But if you type in glass, I believe it's glass or invisible. Right. Anyways, one of these glasses is that glass right there. I'm not, oh, I could just click on one of these. BLD glass transparent. So click on here and let's type in BLD. Oh, sorry. Got to go back a little bit farther. Whenever I mess with roads, my frame rate always drops. BLD glass transfer. There it is. So then you would just do that with the bottom and the top and the sides. And you know, that's how you get the bottom portion if you want to make it glass. If you to get the sides glass, they're very narrow. You just make sure you're selected on a road and you're on this road. Press Control A and both nodes will turn white, and that brings you back up to your measurements. If you wanted to make the side, you would have to reverse this. Node width would be 0.250, and then the height would be whatever the height is of this, whatever you want to make it. We'll make this one 4. And we'll press Object Select up here. I got my frame rate up here. Let me hit Control F and make that disappear. There we go. And now you can see we have a wall, a glass wall that's transparent, just like the ones you see up here. So those are made with roads. That's how you do that. Now to make a river, to put your river inside, we'll use these squares again to make our river straight. And we're going to come up here to the river tool, highlight that, and we're going to do the same thing we did with the road. Press Alt, and then your mouse, click your mouse once, click again to let go. So now you have and you see the arrow in here, that shows you the direction of the flow. So this is backwards because I want it to go that way. Easiest way to fix that is just grab this and pull it. Wait a minute, let's go back to the, no, let's go back to the river. Let's grab this one and do that. There we go. And you can see the arrow is now pointing in the right direction. So let's make this first one very small. Click Object Select, move it back to the beginning. Go back to the river tool. Now we want to make it narrow as if we were putting it in here. So we will go to our river and press Control A. Both nodes are selected. Same thing as the road. You can come over here and change the width. We'll make it 4, and the depth we'll make it, let's just say 3. And then we're going to come down here to Flow, Magnitude, Physics. And the first one we would make, I make it like 30. And so when we now press F11, let's go to that Volkswagen. So let's go to Object Select, grab the car, lift it up, and bring it over here. Let's make sure we're on the river, actually in the river. Okay. Let's pick it up and press J, let it go. Let's speed it up. Oh, that's why the sky was moving so slow. My physics are slowed down. Now the sky's moving normal. So you can see that's set at 30. So let's click on the river, change flow magnitude to 200. Now watch the difference. And if you click on this little car emblem up here, you can actually, look at that. It just destroys it. See what happens? That's what happens if you put a car straight at 200. Now if you put a lid on it, you can contain it, but the car is still going to come apart. So that's why I like to do it in increments of 30. And then I would just, let's hit J and R. And now let's just copy the river and move it forward a little bit. So we're just going to grab this river, which is Shift, and then grab that arrow and drag it. And we'll make another river section. Bring that up here. So this one should be at 30. We'll even go to 20 on the first one. Let's go to 20 on that one. Click on this one and make that one 30. It is already 30. So let's copy it again, and the next one we'll make a little bit longer. We'll stretch it out a little bit. Put that one right there. Let's go to the river tool. Click on this first node, and we'll start to make it a little bit longer. Go to Object Select and change it to let's make it 55. So let's go back. Let's hit Control S. Let's save the level and then go to Edit, Rebuild Collision, and let it reset the collision up here. There you go. And now let's drop the car in and watch what happens. Oh, what do we got the second one set at? We need that set at about 40. The first one set at 20. Make that one 30. And this one is set at 55. Control S. Edit. Rebuild collisions. R and J. There we go. Much better. And that's how you make your cannon. Now I'm going to delete this one, and delete that one, because I already have all of these in here are already done. I think it goes 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, and then up to 100, and then the last one right here is 200. So let's go back here now and get our Volkswagen, or the Autobella Piccolina, as BeamNG likes to call it. Let's bring that up. Make sure it's centered. And let's bring it back a little bit. Let's raise that up. And we're going to make a few copies of this. Shift and just drag up. I got a lot of stuff running on this level, so I can't make too many cars of it. Too many copies. Shift and drag up. And shift and drag up. So we want to put a little bit of space, because if this car hits that water and doesn't get pulled forward fast enough, this car is going to land on top. We can just let it go right now and see how everything works. Let's slow that down a little bit. Oh, that's not bad. I thought they were going to land on top of each other, but they didn't. So let's hit Shift R, F11, and let's lock on to, let's say, the first car. Actually, let's do a view out here. Let's see how this works out. And we got transparency here, so we can see how it looks. Pretty cool. Looks good. Go down here. See how they look. We'll slow it down a little bit. 1, 2. Let's get a little bit closer to the glass so we can watch them come by. Slow them down a little bit more, so you can get an idea. The top of the river is right here. So up here is nothing but space, and there's a glass roof on here. So you can see they're bouncing along pretty good. Like, he's not even in the water right now, but the minute he touches the water, he's going to get accelerated. This one's got just the front end in the water. See that? He's not even in the water. There he goes. Now, I did drop... Oh, there's the last car. So let's press 1 and lock onto one of the cars. We are locked onto, it looks like the... There we go. Now we're on the first car. We'll speed everything up a little bit. Now my computer's locking up because I got so much stuff running on this level. So let's Shift R to reset everything, and J. We're going to stay on the first car, and we're going to go Alt, right arrow, and speed it up, and we're going to do this at normal speed now. Oh, good shot right through there. Oh, that was awesome. Let's do it one more time. Oh. So anyways, that's how you make a, I guess you would call it a river cannon. Just mess with the flow dynamics, which is right here, or flow magnitude physics. Remember, I'd probably keep it under 200. I mean, if you drop a concrete ball in there, you can increase that as high as you want, but then the computer, my computer, starts to freak out. I need to get a better processor, but and then you can also mess with viscosity, which is 0.50. That's water. You can then change that, and different things happen. So anyways, if you have any questions, just leave it down in the comments, and I'll try to answer them best I can. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe.